Battery domestic violence simply involves an offensive touching with someone that you're in a domestic relationship with. It could be a girlfriend, boyfriend, someone that you've had previous sexual relationships with.
It could be a husband, wife, your partner, or it could also actually be your child or even someone living in the same home. The penalties for battery domestic violence in Nevada are very serious because the Nevada legislature has made it an enhanceable offense. So your first battery domestic violence within a 7-year period is a misdemeanor, punishable by 2 days to 6 months in jail, a fine of up to $1,000, and a court will typically impose some anger management classes, which could encompass 6 months to a year.
On a second offense, the minimum jail time goes up to 10 days. And on a third offense within 7 years, it becomes a Class C felony with up to 5 years in state prison.
The good news is that here at Las Vegas Defense Group, we've had a great record of success over the years in getting battery domestic violence charges reduced or dismissed. And we find that this is a crime for which a lot of innocent people get wrongly accused. These cases tend to arise in very turbulent, volatile times in a relationship where a couple is about to get a divorce or about to break up, about to move out. And the accuser is often very angry and very bitter and oftentimes will exaggerate to the police or embellish a story to the police or even make up false allegations to the police just in order to get the other person in trouble.
The defenses to a battery domestic violence would be, one, that there's no domestic relationship. If the person making the allegation is not actually a girlfriend, boyfriend, or former boyfriend or girlfriend or family member, you might be able to get the charges reduced to a simple battery based on no domestic relationship.
Obviously, self-defense comes into play because self-defense is a complete defense to battery domestic violence. Also, in battery domestic violence cases, self-inflicted injuries are often things that we see as well. So all of those are defenses which we'll try to use on your behalf given what situation you might be in.
With regard to defenses in battery domestic violence cases, a lot of the time, self-defense can be kind of ambiguous. It's hard to decipher from the facts who was the aggressor. And sometimes law enforcement might be predisposed to view the male as the aggressor or view the person with the injuries as the victim. But we know that that's not always the case. The person that could be the one that started the fight could end up the worse off afterwards, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't at fault. So we really like to explore all of the issues resulting in the charge that comes forward. Sometimes the defenses that we can raise can be complete defenses which we would assert at trial. Sometimes we can use our defenses in the negotiation process. And if it's ambiguous as to who started the fight, we might be able to convince the prosecutor to reduce or dismiss the charge because they simply can't prove the case.